Hey loves, you're welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this beautiful look. The very first thing I do is to moisturize my skin. You have to ensure that your skin is properly moisturized before you go in with your makeup. And then I also go over that with the snail missing essence. I'm just tapping that into my skin, ensuring that it's properly blended. And after that, I go into the e.l.f. primer. This primer is really good. It not only moisturizes my skin, but it ensures that my makeup stays intact. So I'm just blending that into my skin. So I go into the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Warm Honey. I'm just going to use this on the T-zone area of my face, on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. And then I also go into the NARS concealer. This is a slightly lighter shade. I'm just applying that on the inner corner of my eye. And then I go into the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 380 Espresso. I'm just applying that, using that as a contour on my forehead, on my chin area, just to give my face that shape, that slim shape. I'm also going to use this foundation to contour my nose, so I'm drawing it from the inner corner of my eyebrows, basically underneath my eyebrows, downward to the bridge of my nose. And then I go ahead to spray the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray before I start blending out. I start blending from the darker color, so I start blending out the contour foundation that I used. I'm just using a fluffy brush to blend that out, and then I use a different brush, a smaller brush, to blend out the concealer. So you just blend, keep blending. Do not get tired of blending. Makeup is blending. I'm just using the brush to sort of press the concealer into my face. And now I'm going into the NARS foundation. This is in the shade Macao. And I'm just applying dots all over my face. Then I'll go into another brush to sort of blend the foundation all over my face. So the foundation is going to cover everywhere I contoured, and I'm just going to blend that all over. You can see that it's starting to have an even shade after I use the foundation. And then I'm going into that lip gloss. I'm going to be using this as my blush. I really like this lip gloss. It has this liquid look, so I'm using that as a blush today. And then to set my concealer, I went into my MAC powder in my shade NC50, and I'm just blending that. So basically what I do is I take a little bit of the powder and I dab it on my skin before I apply it underneath my eyes. So this would help to make it look lightweight. It will not look like it's baked. It will not look too heavy, and that's what I'm doing. And then after that, I go into the Spun setting powder using the same process. I just take a little bit, dab on my hand before I go in to apply to blend the concealer. Next, I'm going into the e.l.f. pressed powder. I'm just using this to contour my face, and I'm applying it on the areas that I applied the contour before. I'm just blending that all over. I'm applying it also on the bottom part of my face. And then I also use it to set the contour of my nose, and I apply it also on my eyes as well. Next, I go into the classic blush. I've had this blush for ages. I'm just going into the orange blush on the palette, and I'm just using that on the top of my cheeks. I'm just applying that all over. And then I go into the MAC powder again. I'm just using it to set all over my face to ensure that there are no oily parts and every part looks properly blended. So I'm just doing that, dip the brush into the powder, and I just blend, keep blending. The next thing I do, I go into the Spun setting powder, and I'm just applying that underneath my eyes again to catch any fallouts from my eyeshadow. And then I go into the NYX Jumbo Pencil. I'm just going to use that as my eyeshadow primer. I'm blending that all over my eyelid. You want to ensure that it is properly blended so that your eyeshadow does not crease. And then I go into this palette. I got this palette from Amazon. It was really very affordable. I think it was about £5 or so. So I'm just going into the dark shade on the palette, and I'm just going to blend that on the crease area of my eyes. Blend. So you want to always start from the end of your eyes to ensure that most of the product stays there before you go into the inner crease of your eyes. I hope that makes sense. So you start from the end, and then the excess powder is what you use for the inner corner of your eyes. And then I go into a lighter brown shade, and I'm just applying that on my eyelid, just tapping that onto my eyelid, ensuring that it is properly blended. Guys, this look came out looking so beautiful. It's actually a brown smoky eye look, and I did not even know that this eyeshadow palette would be as pigmented as it is. So most of the time you don't have to break the bank. You can actually use the products that you have to achieve the look. It's all about the way you apply your makeup. So I'm going back into that same eyeshadow palette, and I'm using the darkest brown shade to sort of create a smoky wing. So what you notice I'm doing is I tap it on the corner of my eye, and then I drag it out. And I just go into the crease area again. I just keep blending, blend. Like I say, don't get tired of blending. And then I go into the e.l.f. eyeliner. This is in the dark shade. I love this eyeliner so much because it is very pigmented. I'm just using that on the waterline of my eyes. I'm just applying that all over. And then I go into the liquid eyeliner from the same brand called e.l.f. and I'm just using that to create a wing on the top of my eyes. But before I do that, I go back into the dark eyeshadow and I just use that to smoke out the bottom part of my eyes, just to create a smoky look. And then I also go into that dark shade again. I decide to use that to smoke out my eyeshadow to sort of give it a smoky look. And now I'm going into the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette, and I'm using that dark shade to smoke out the bottom part of my eyes and also the top. So I'm sort of creating a wing, but I'm blending it out as well. So it's just to create a smoky effect. Yeah, and I really loved how it turned out. So I keep doing that. I go back into the eyeshadow and then I move on to the other eye to create the same effect. Guys, you have to remember that you always have to keep blending, like always keep blending your eyeshadow. That's what gives it that smooth and flawless effect. So I'm just using that to sort of create a wing, and I'm just blending it all over. And then I go into the fluffy brush and I'm just using that to blend out the eyeshadow again. I'm going into the brown shade on my crease. And now I use the eyeliner that I spoke about earlier, the e.l.f. waterproof eyeliner. This is really good and it is very affordable, trust me. I'm just using this to create a very small wing on my eyelid, just following the line of the smoky look that I already created. And then I'm going into the Maybelline Colossal Mascara. I'm using that all over my eyelashes. Then I go into the Tree Touch Beauty eyebrow pencil, and I'm just going to use that to draw my brows. Today I went for a wing brow to sort of complement the look. So I wanted the eyebrows to look very long and very sharp at the end. So that's why I left it for last. So when I leave my eyebrows for last, I always have the flexibility to do what I want. So after drawing that with the pencil, I go ahead to use the concealer. This is the same concealer I used to highlight my face, the Warm Honey shade from Elegant Concealer, and I'm just applying that underneath the eyebrows. I'm using that to sort of conceal my brows. I know it looks really crazy and some people will be like, why did you leave your eyebrows for last? But sometimes when I draw my eyebrows last, the look always comes out looking very, very beautiful, and you just have to ensure that you blend everything out properly. So whether you want to do your brows first or do it last, you have to ensure that your concealer is not separated from the eyeshadow itself. So as you can see on this look, I have completely blended out the concealer. You know, you have to look at it to ensure that it is properly blended, and then you can go ahead to set the concealer that you have already blended. So the next thing I'm doing now is I'm going to be fixing my lashes real quick. So what I do, I trim the edges and then I go into the Lanel glue, and I'm just using this to apply the eyelash onto my eyelid. So guys, next thing I'm doing now is I'm going into my face powder, and I'm just going to use that to dust off the excess powder underneath my eyes, and then I'm also going to use that to blend all over my face to ensure that I have an even complexion and the makeup is properly blended together. I'm going to be using this lipstick combination today. First of all, I start by lining my lips. This is a liquid dark lipstick. I'm going to use that all over my lips, on the top of my lips and on the bottom, to sort of create a line and just line it properly before I go into the red lipstick. And I'm going to use the red lipstick on the inner part of my lips, so sort of like to create an ombre look. So I'm blending that together, ensuring that both lipsticks look like one. So I'm just blend. You just have to keep blending until you get what you want. Guys, this lipstick combination really came out looking really beautiful. I really liked it. So now guys, I'm just going to highlight my face. I'm applying highlighter on the top of my cheek, the bridge of my nose, my chin area, and on the top of my lips. I'm using a shade from the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow palette, and I'm just using that because I really like how it complements my skin tone. The next thing I do is I go into the airbrush setting spray from Tilbury, and I'm just spraying that all over my face to ensure that the makeup is properly blended and to make it last longer. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you have been able to learn a thing or two. If you did, please do not forget to subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. I love you so much. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to like, and do not forget to share to your friends and family. Thank you so much for watching. I would see you in my next one. Love you. Mwah. Bye.